All right, you two, we're doing a tier list for Mario Kart Wii today. This game is a true classic. Let's start with Bowser's Castle. What we thinking, homies?
It's truly one of the best in the series. I love it when Bowser is spitting flames in the middle of the track, and you have those two half pipes off to the side. Easy A tier for me.
That's true, Donnie, and don't forget the volcanoes that spit out fire at the end of the lap. A tier for me, too.
Okay, glad we're not screaming with each other yet. Now on to Coconut Mall. No track gets the nostalgia flowing through my veins quite like this. The cars at the end with the Mii's driving always make me laugh. Gotta say, fellas, it's S tier.
And don't even get me started on the music, Barry. That shit is fire. What an iconic song. That piano gets stuck in my head. It's practically the theme to Black Friday.
Guys, I think you're overrating it a bit. Obviously, this track is a classic, but those drivers at the end honestly piss me off. And I can never tell which escalator is going up.
Sounds like a skill issue, Joseph.
Gotta say, Joe, I agree with him here. We'll say it's low S tier because there's a lot of great tracks up ahead. Okay, Daisy Circuit, the middest of the mid. I do like the shortcut, though, and the visuals are decent. C tier for me.
I agree, Barack. C tier sounds right. The music isn't bad either. A cheerful track, I'd say it's C tier.
Really? We're putting a lame-ass circuit track in C tier? I've never liked this track. It's boring. There's nothing to it other than the shortcut. And what visuals am I supposed to like? Baby Luigi and Daisy dancing? That's creepy. D tier at best.
Come on, Donnie. Don't you like babies?
No, I don't.
Baby Hater gets outvoted 2 out of 3. It goes in C tier. Next up, we have DK Summit. Okay, clearly this has to go in S tier. The half pipes, the speed ramps, the environment, don't even get me started. This track slaps.
And the recent remake in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe slaps too. I know that has nothing to do with the original, just putting that out there. And you forgot how hard the music slaps, Barack. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Guys, you're overrating it again. Those Shy Guys at the end are terrible. I'm trying to do a trick off the half pipes and those assholes always crash into me.
Again, Joseph, sounds like a skill issue.
Maybe, but we just can't keep putting every damn track in S tier.
Honestly, Joe, when the track is this awesome, you gotta put it in S. All right, on to Dry Ruins. It's certainly a step up from the typical desert track. I like the cave section when the music changes. B tier for me.
And I gotta say, I dig that Yoshi Sphinx. It's a nice callback to Yoshi Desert from back in my day. It's a B for Biden.
Joe, did you just seriously refer to yourself in third person? And now you dipshits are doing the overrating. This track is mid. Desert tracks aren't really my thing. And besides, those bats are annoying.
Now you're the one with the skill issue, Donnie.
Agreed, Joe. It stays in B tier. Okay, on to Grumble Volcano. I think we can all safely say this is one of the most underrated tracks in the Mario Kart series. Mario Kart 8 didn't need to do a damn thing except a visual overhaul when they brought it back. High A tier for me.
Agreed, Barry. This is a track for true gamers with its difficulty curve. The music and environment are both intense. Besides, the name Grumble Volcano just sounds badass. A tier.
All right, I know Donnie is about to shout out skill issue. But look, folks, don't you just hate it when that track crumbles apart at the end? And Lakitu has to fish you out of the fire?
Wrong, Joseph, because that shit doesn't happen to me.
I hate to say it, Joe, that does indeed sound like another skill issue. Moving on to Koopa Cape. All right, now it's time we use the goated tier. After all, it's Waluigi the Master's outro music and has been since like 2017. 6 years of being a channel's outro music equals iconic status.
Barry, we can only use the goated tier once, and we're not using it on Koopa Cape. It is an S tier track. The difficulty level is great with the shockers at the end, and the environment is awesome. But it's not the best the game has to offer.
I agree with the Orange Man, Barry. Koopa Cape deserves S tier status, especially with the flowing rivers that boost you slightly in the middle of the track. But it ain't goated.
All right, because I believe in democracy, it will go in S. Okay, Luigi Circuit, this track sucks. It's geared towards people who suck at the game. I mean, how else do you explain Poof actually beating TWD 98 on this track? F tier?
Barry, I agree with you, homie. This track is straight dog water. I know circuit tracks are normally generic and boring, but somehow this track seems to go above and beyond that.
Guys, hear me out.
Oh, for God's sake.
No, seriously, this track isn't great, but it's not the worst in the game. Besides, those speed boosts at the end are fun. I'd slide it up to D.
Joseph, those speed boosts literally make you go slower. Someone's got to tell his sleepy ass about the mushroom shortcut.
He's right, Joe. This shit stays in F tier. Now we're on to Maple Treeway. Easy S tier for me, the most beautiful and peaceful track in Mario Kart history. Straight out of a Bob Ross painting.
Barry, this is where I'm throwing in my goated card. Not only is it serene, The music is gorgeous. The half pipes and shortcuts are amazing. And for an old man who can't get it up anymore, the jerk-off bridge reminds me of the good old days.
That doesn't surprise me, Sleepy Joe. You should try having a wife like Melania. This track is good, but it's only A tier for me. Besides, I hate those stupid caterpillars in the middle.
They're called wigglers, Donnie, and remind me again, who has the skill issue?
I'm just going to let your stupid opinions cancel each other out and keep it in S tier. Moving on, we have Mario Circuit. Well, it's better than Luigi Circuit, if only because of that chain chomp. But it's still generic as hell. D tier.
I agree the track sucks, but it's not the worst the game has to offer. It's a D for Donald.
Really, now you're using third person all of a sudden, whatever, but I agree, it's a D.
All right, moving on. We have Moo Moo Meadows. It's a charmful track. The music almost reminds me of an Irish jig. It's not bad for a simple Mushroom Cup track, but the Mario Kart 8 remake made the visuals look like dog water. C tier.
Barry, it's not fair to compare this to an HD remake. Besides, this track doesn't need shiny graphics to be charming. It's got cows. And you know what cows make? Milk. And you know what milk makes? Ice cream. B tier for Biden.
Oh, God, what have we started with this third-person crap? Joseph, I agree with Barry on this one. It's a decent track, but those cows always screw me over when I run into them on the third lap.
Skill issue, Orange Man.
Would you two shut the hell up about skill issues and referring to yourself in third person? Anyway, 2 out of 3 wins. It stays in C tier. Anyway, Moonview Highway. This track is Toad's Turnpike on steroids, so it's actually pretty good. B tier.
No one can accuse me of not liking this track. I'm a car guy. Although I'm not a bomb car guy, that dude can piss off. But overall, I like it, B tier.
Moonview Highway is one of the most exhilarating tracks in this whole game. The music is intense and the speed boosts are fantastic. I think it's A tier because anyone who is complaining about the cars just has a skill.
Just please, shut the hell up with skill issues. It stays in B. Okay, on to Mushroom Gorge. This track is fantastic. I love how bouncy it is, both literally and with the music. A tier for me.
I love mushrooms, man. Reminds me of back in the day when Stoner Pete would sell his stuff to Sally Mae. We all had a gay old time.
No one cares about your old-ass stories, Joseph. Besides, the bouncing mechanics suck when you're in the cave, and that's not even a skill issue. They just suck. It's B tier at best, besides what's so great about driving past Goombas at the end.
You raised some points, Donnie, but it stays in A tier. All right, Rainbow Road, I'm ready to throw the goated card out again. The best visuals, the best music of any Rainbow Road, and I think that includes the 3DS version. That version is the only one that can even hold a candle to this nostalgic masterpiece.
Finally, Barry, something we can agree on. This track is like a magical roller coaster, the whole thing. Whether it's the beginning, the half-pipe jumps, the speed boosts, or that amazing launch star, I love this track.
Wow, Donnie liking something rainbow-themed, that's a first.
Quit it, Barry. I love the gays.
Both of you quit it. This track goes above and beyond in difficulty. I don't need to hear anything about skill issues because I've tried riding the spear bike on this damn thing. It's impossible. You fall off all the damn time. I get that this track is beautiful, but they went too far. You can't put it in goated.
I appreciate your dissenting opinion, Joseph, but 2 out of 3 wins. It's going in goated. Next up, we have Toad's Factory. I gotta say, Nintendo better bring this back for the Booster Course Pass. This track is really solid B tier for Barack. Yeah, I wasn't letting you assholes hog up the third-person talk.
Well, I'd rank it even higher, Barry. I appreciate that Toad is a good capitalist. His factory is a very efficient place for producing item boxes. And hey, that jump at the end is great. And let's not forget the energetic music. A tier.
Toad is probably just a greedy billionaire like you, Donnie, but I'll give him a slide because his track slaps. Although it isn't quite as good as you say. I'd say B tier.
All right, B tier it is. And finally, for the Nitro tracks, we have Wario's Gold Mine. Oh boy, this track is polarizing as hell. Some people love it, some people hate it. For me, it's C tier. Yeah, it's kind of annoying, but the concept is unique, and it has that same fun roller coaster vibe that Rainbow Road does.
Barry, this track is F tier. Unlike Rainbow Road, this track looks straight out of the ghetto. Unlike in Mario Kart 8, those mine carts are not your friends. And don't even get me started on those stupid bats. Waluigi the Master can back me up on this. I hate this track, I hate this track, I hate this track.
Doesn't surprise me that a noob like Joseph doesn't like Wario's Gold Mine. Wario is a fantastic character, and while this track isn't one of the game's best, it's certainly very good. I appreciate the challenges, and I appreciate the music too. Ever consider how groovy that shit is? Bet you didn't. A tier.
Of course you like Wario. You're a greedy fat ass like he is.
And of course you like Luigi because he's a bitch like you are.
All right, you two. Looks like opinions got heated. Again, your opinions are stupid. I'm going to let them cancel each other out and put the gold mine in C tier. Because you two have turned into lunatics, I'm saving the retro tracks for part 2. Sound good?
Fine, but only if Donnie can shut up, man.
You can't silence me, Sleepy Joe.
Lord, please have mercy.